Just
Hey, I gotta set that shit up.
you did a good job too.
Thank you.
Go ahead, start us out.
Hey, this is Wandering Minds, and I am Mickey.
I'm Mike, and today we have again our friend of the show, Aurek.
Yes, sir.
Yep. I saw on your Instagram you got some really badass shorts.
Yeah.
They call them trunks, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Do they say daddy on the front?
It says daddy.
You know what you know those straps that you put around your chest to check your heart monitor?
Yeah.
We have it up on the gym where it says our names.
Yeah.
It shows your name. I put mine, who's your daddy? just because I wanted people to say, who's your daddy?
Wait,
Yeah.
doesn't
Ask the question.
It says
who's your daddy?
Doesn't it just say your daddy? So
No,
people would say who's your daddy?
No, because I named it who's your daddy. So people would specifically ask, who's your daddy? And I only got one person that asked that.
Oh, my God.
And I wanted to say, I'm your daddy. But anyways, yeah. No, I saw
It was
your
probably
trunks.
like Aaliyah.
Right? No,
It's like, it's me. It's not.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So new trunks, which means fight coming up.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely.
Okay. What's first off, who are you fighting? Do you know who you're fighting this time?
It's a guy coming from Canada. I didn't do no type of no research because, I get fixated on what they're good at.
Yeah.
So what I did, I sent the film over to my coach and he did this. He did the study. He was like, okay, all right. He got a little something. You need to work on this. You need to work on that.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I go about things now.
Okay.
And I've noticed, like within my last 3 fights, that's how it worked out.
Yeah.
Just not focusing on what they're so good at.
Yeah.
Just focus on what I need to do because I'm the one that's in there.
Right.
And he's fighting somebody completely different.
Yeah.
Oh, what he did to this guy doesn't mean he can do it to me.
Right.
I'm a whole different animal. So
yeah. Well, and that to me, that seems super intelligent that you're kind of letting your coach see that stuff because then for like I could imagine in my mind I would just be just so fixated on this person rather than, okay, what do I need to do in these situations? So I can understand that. That makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, because, it's a confidence thing, you know what I mean? I'm very confident, but I still would give him more credit than need be.
Right,
So it's one of those things where I was just like, let me stop looking at this because every time I've studied a guy and I was like, oh, he got this real good, got in there with me, he was running, or, right. the fight didn't last long. Or it's just, it's just one of those things I just told myself not to do. It puts me, it eliminates all this extra stress that, along with my camps and stuff like that. So,
right. And plus you already know that you got to go in and just fucking win.
We got to win.
I mean, that's what it's all about. So where is this fight?
This fight is going to be in Seven Feathers in Canyonville.
Oh, okay, cool.
So it's not far.
When?
Next week.
Okay.
October.
Next week?
October 12th.
Shit, that's coming up. That is coming up. So how do you feel? I mean, overall, how do you feel? How's your body feeling? How's everything going there?
Yeah, fortunately, like I've been doing a lot of sparring and been going excess amount of rounds. Like I've been going, I'll say 12 rounds,
Yep.
Staying there, they throw in a whole bunch of fresh guys and I'm actually, I'm trying to count the rounds. I'm actually winning and just kind of focus on how I want to, take the fight.
Right.
So the first 6 rounds is the most important to me. I want to be able to perform like how I'm going to fight.
Yeah.
So it's nothing. It's not going to be anything new for me. I've been sparring pretty late. The fight's going to be pretty late. The fight started at 7:00. So which means I might be fighting at 9, 10 o'clock.
Right.
So
I've
been training around that time just to get my body accustomed to it. So
that's smart. Yeah. That's smart. Is this guy, cause I know your last opponent that you had in, was it Mexico? The guy was a giant.
This guy is about. He's pretty tall too. So I think this guy is between 6'2", 6'4".
Oh, okay.
I didn't do too much research. I know he's tall. So.
Tall and lanky, or
tall, lanky.
Tall and thick.
Tall, lanky.
Okay.
He likes to move around.
Yep.
He doesn't like to stay still and bang.
Okay.
And so I'm gonna just kind of have to either bring the fight to him. Or I'm gonna stand in that middle.
You got nothing to worry. That's what you do, anyways.
Yeah. So that's how it's gonna, play out.
Right.
Either he gonna run.
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna sit there and be like, you gonna either fight or
Yeah.
You just wait on him in the middle.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
But I definitely want to showcase my skill this time.
Yep.
A lot of the times I always had like nerves or lack of experience. So that's what took over my fight. I wasn't even being myself. You know, a lot of guys got to get over that before they can actually become the fighter that they want to be.
Right. So. Right. I mean, this is your hobby, your passion, your job.
Yeah.
Right. So you're just embodying every aspect of it.
Exactly.
That's good. So is there anything different about the training camp for you with this fight, or is it, I mean, it's essentially local, so you don't have to are you going there a day early, or are you just
we always have to go a day early for weigh-ins,
okay,
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, nothing different. I'm work, it's just going to be another day for me.
Yeah.
So, nothing's changed. We have a real good team, strength and conditioning coach, everything's well put together, so good. I'm trusting it, and
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's working.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, how are you on sponsors? You're obviously always looking for sponsors, probably. Right. Okay.
Oh yeah, most definitely. So far, I got a few sponsors. One of the people I work for, Big Boy Movers. Nice. Good friend of mine, and they definitely did their part. They looked out for me. They had it where I can take off time to train, and they'll make the route where I can get off at a decent hour so I can go make sparring at another city. So Big Boy Movers, Marquise White and Nicole White, both of them work for them. So
cool. Cool. You got something, Mick?
So I do have a question. So what weight class do you fight at?
I fight at heavyweight.
Okay, is that the top?
It's the heaviest of it can get. So
the heaviest of
it starts at I think 200 and just going up.
Okay.
So after 200, there's no limit.
There's no limit.
So you can technically fight to do this 300 pounds, right?
Yeah.
But they just when you pick and choose. So I'm a fighting heavyweight for now, but at my height, I should be fighting at 180.
Yeah.
But it's just me just kind of building my brand. I'm just trying to showcase my skill with, and we can pick and choose in the beginning, it's not like we're going to go fight a world champ right now, so when I get to the weight that I'm comfortable at, that's when I get bigger opportunity and take those chances and really try to fight the best. This is me just getting my feet wet.
Yeah.
I'm still in the early stages. So
learning curve, right? So have you ever gotten down to 180?
I've been down. That? Yeah, I've been down to 190 before.
Okay.
And I sat there for a long time. I felt like I could have got lower if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Because I was eating everything. I was eating donuts before practice. Still do. I was eating donuts before practice, eating whatever I want to eat. Yeah. I just knew how to just keep the calories low.
Right. Yeah, so deficit for sure. So that because what are you sitting at right now?
I'm right at 230 right now.
230. Okay. And so with weigh-ins, you don't actually need for heavyweight.
You don't even gotta.
It's just technicalities, right?
You ain't even gotta undress. Usually everybody gotta undress all the way.
Right.
Heavyweights, you just take your shirt off if you want to.
Right. Yeah. Showcase yourself a little bit.
Yep. That's all it is.
That's crazy. It's crazy that they're the heavyweights are.
Yeah. The break is at 200?
Right.
Yeah. That's why I was wondering. Because I imagine a 6'2", 6'4" guy.
They trying to create another weight class called Bridger weight. And they're still working on that. And that's from, I think it's 200 to 217. Okay. That's kind of smart. That's where I would want to be at. Because you can only get to 217, you know? So... But when they refuel, that guy might be a 240 or 250 though. So it's all a gamble.
Yeah.
It really is once you get up to that weight, man. Because I mean, he can pack on a lot of pounds. You could pack on a lot of pounds if you want.
Yeah.
That just seems crazy to me that it's 200, okay, and then you could fight a 400-pound dude.
Yeah, you got guys that are naturally 200 pounds that drop all the way down to 160.
Yeah.
I know a guy that does that.
And then bounces back overnight,
all the way
right?
back up.
Yep.
Jeez.
Well, I mean, it's like that in all fighting,
yeah.
all the fighting, even in powerlifting, a lot of people do that
too. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. With powerlifting though, my experience when I did the weight cut, because I think I was trying to compete at 198, and I did that weight cut, And I felt so much weaker going into that. Even if I tried to do whatever I could. I ate everything. I couldn't get it back. It was just just wasn't enough time for me.
Yeah, that's and some people have been able to master that. I don't. I like to, and I say this all the time, I like to compete. I like to walk around at my competition. If anything, I'm only about 4 pounds heavy.
Yeah.
Right? So it's 4 or 5 pounds. So it's easy to lose, and it's not strength loss. So, because, I mean, this is my competition weight, so I want to be as strong as I possibly can.
Exactly.
So, because I'm like that. It's like I would be afraid that I would just come in super weak.
But I did that. I bombed out, man. I just walked away from the whole competition. I was like, this is going to be my first comp where I actually do get a total.
Yeah.
And bombed out my bench. And I was just like, I'm done with this. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. It doesn't even matter, what I get on dads or anything because
it doesn't count anymore.
Yeah, I don't have a total.
So we're gonna go to boxing.
Yeah.
You have another fight lined up, don't you? After this one?
I'm just taking it a fight at a time.
Oh,
I'm not one of those guys that really want to just have everything lined up. It's all about how you feeling afterwards. If you confidence and everything else. You just gotta know where you're at. I don't just try to. I want to plan ahead, but I don't want to stack. And put myself in a bad position.
Well, especially since, I mean, obviously you're going to win the fight, but you want to make sure that you win the fight in a good light before you have, oh shit, I got to deal with this.
Exactly.
Huh.
And I already got guys that are sitting there waiting for their opportunity with me. I'm like, right. Yeah, I've read under Carlos's comments, after he did a repost. Yeah. Oh yeah, I got the winner.
Really?
I was like, let me see who this over here trolling or whatever. Right, yeah. That guy couldn't stand a chance, man. I just went through his stuff. I was like,
all right, man. Come on.
Okay. I'll take that.
We'll go to school. Do you get that a lot? Do you, I mean, literally, you probably get them all day long, right?
Yeah,
especially in the fight game.
I don't really fall into any of that stuff, man. Yeah. You're trolling. I mean, you have no identity. You're scary,
right.
No identity. You can't find who it is.
Right. That's true. People are weird.
Yeah.
But that's what makes them, that's what they get off on. Yeah. Just talking shit, talking smack. It's
people
constantly.
They're going through stuff with themselves and they want to crush everybody else,
Yeah.
I understand that. So.
Yeah. Which I understand that too, but it's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
It's just silly. So how's Carlos doing?
He's doing all right.
He's got one coming up too.
He has a rematch coming up.
Oh, he's got a rematch. Yeah,
so he's fighting for the Arena Wars title. Okay. So he's going to have that title in heavyweight. So he's fighting the guy he's already beaten unanimously. And
which was the fight he had last?
The last one. He just beat the brakes off of him. And so now he's getting that opportunity. Well, the guy is getting the opportunity. He's want to fight in his hometown. Oh, I'm losing against these guys because it's their hometown and this and that. I was like, okay. And Carlos is like, I know how Carlos is. I've dealt with him long enough. Yeah. If he's fought you before and beat you, he's going to fight you again and maybe knock you out this time.
Yeah. Because now he knows.
He knows everything. And he studies and he has his IQ is on a whole nother level. So, so I already know how this fight's going to play out if Carlos is on his P's and Q's,
Yeah. Which you're keeping him on them.
Oh yeah,
you're
most
keeping
definitely.
him on it, right? So we're supposed to have him on too. I think next week, so he'll fill us in with all that stuff. But
most definitely,
yeah, you guys are like just like solid training together, right? I mean,
most definitely.
Okay.
Sometimes we create like all this other stuff outside of our gym, and we're like, bro, we're good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're 2 and 3 right now. So we need to just stick with us. But the thing is, with that. Is you kind of learn each other. You already know what this guy's next move is. So then we'll go a whole round damn near not even hitting each other. You know what I mean? I already knew you were going to do that, So it's more of like you want to get a new body, new height, new style. Yeah. And you appreciate that a lot more in your training camps. Like I've had a lot of guys, this guy named Joseph Aguilar. He's he's one of the guys that I told you drops down from 200, goes all the way down to 160. You know what I mean? 168. Damn. He's a tough guy.
How fast does he do that?
You say what?
He probably does it over.
He does it within the month.
Holy shit! Yeah. Cannot imagine.
He did it 1,000,000 times. He knows how to do it.
That's how Brent does it too.
Same.
Premise. Yeah. That's insane. Now you guys had talked about getting a representation of Oregon on the map. You got a team coming together or what?
We're just working on this. It's all in talks, man.
Recruit people.
Yeah, we all meet in Salem. It's this gym called Toe to Toe.
Okay.
That's where everybody meets in the middle. That's where you got, obviously they got their Salem group.
Yep.
You got Portland coming down. You got Eugene going up.
Yep.
Good coaches, good atmosphere.
Yeah. Nice.
I feel it's a lot of champions going to be made there. It's a lot of undiscovered people. It's guys that are just starting off, man. So good. It's just because they're going there with the toughest fighters in there, and and we're all just meeting there and we're just training, man.
Hell yeah.
So yeah.
Do you think that boxing is like making a rebirth, I guess, so to speak? You know what I mean? Do you think that it's coming back popular again?
Most definitely.
And obviously the whole Jake Paul, he's put boxing back on the map, so to speak.
Yeah.
But do you think that's had a lot to do with it, or do you think that people are just kind of getting back into the technicality of fighting like boxing over MMA? I love MMA. Everybody, but I'm just wondering, because boxing before MMA came out was like, that's what it was.
Well, I think Jake Paul did add what we needed. Yeah. And that was the entertainment.
Like
entertainment. A lot of guys get bored with boxing. A lot of guys get bored with boxing. But when Jake Paul started, a lot of other guys got into it. They were like, man, this YouTuber, I'm like, bro, he's human.
Yeah.
Just like if I started boxing today, being a football player, and he started boxing today, being a YouTuber. Yeah. What's the difference? I just chose to play football. He chose to be a YouTuber. Yeah. He's human, so that doesn't change how fast you learn. Right. You know what I mean? So a lot of people don't comprehend that. They kind of put him into his own category, but I'm like, bro, this dude is putting in that work. He's YouTuber, but he's one of those guys that are not afraid to get into the Yeah.
So, well, he and his brother. I mean, once they jumped into boxing, it's like they literally started taking it seriously.
Yeah, they're not in here to play. You know, they understand you can die in there. And like they said, he's picking and choosing his opponent. That's what most boxers do. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah. So it's like when you feel like you're ready, you're gonna take that opportunity. Like my opportunity this week, next weekend. Yep, that's the one that I'm taking a chance on. You know. Yep. I understand what he has. I understand what he's experienced. I understand his amateur record and what he's been through, So I know he has a lot of experience. But I feel like it's time for me to get that opportunity, So it's given to me. I'm taking it.
Nice. So. Yeah. No, that's good. It's just interesting to me because boxing is one of those sports that's been around forever. Yeah. And it kind of died off, and now it's starting to. It seems like it's starting to get really popular again. So
it's getting back to the old ways. Yeah. Now you can get that. You can lose that zero, and you can still be relevant. You know, it's a lot of people got stuck on that Mayweather era where you got to keep that zero. You got to keep that zero, but that's not going to. That's not going to entertain us because all these good fighters are not fighting good fighters. Yeah, we want the good fighters to fight good fighters.
Cherry picking and stuff, right? Yeah.
So now we're getting back to where you can have, some losses and still be relevant and entertain.
And it actually kind of like goes to your resume when you have a loss against a good fighter, right? I mean, that shows that you're a battle worthy opponent. So that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, and a lot of things people don't pay attention to. Like I remember this one guy, he had so many losses, and it said that he had like 200 losses and like 15 wins, and nobody paid attention to the KOs. Yeah, he only been KO'd like 14 times out of the 200 fights. Wow. So they're like not reading in between the lines. That's a tough motherfucker. Yeah, you don't want to fight that dude. Yeah, so it's little things like that you gotta really just pay attention to when guys are out here fighting, man. Because when you pick somebody, make sure you doing your research. You know what I mean? So
yeah, for sure.
If you call yourself cherry picking,
So now, do you think and I've heard this, conversation. Of course, I have my opinion on it, but do you think that like with the rules of boxing versus like MMA, right? When people get hit in boxing versus like stuff that happens in MMA, the way that they stop, the way that they interject, the danger of it.
The danger in boxing is worse because
that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Up. You can get your head banged in, right? and they'll give you opportunity to make that decision. You have to make that decision
within 10 seconds,
knowing that
all wobbly,
that you're like not even 100% conscious.
Yeah.
So that's the danger in that, because they're giving you a person that's not even, you all discombobulated to make a decision.
Literally seeing stars.
Yeah. Do you want to continue to fight?
Yeah.
And the guy is going to go off, obviously, pride and be like, yeah.
Well, and just natural instinct.
Mm-hmm. So it's just like, go. All right.
Yep.
Get banged up again.
Yep.
And then get your brain bruised. And, And
so do you think that somehow should change in that?
I mean, the refs are starting to stop things early, but it's more of for the up and coming fighters, like more of like
younger
the guys that are prospects, they call it.
Okay.
So like if you go and look on Top Rank or whatever, you'll see like these prospects that are like destroying the guy, obviously, but they'll stop the fights early. Like he's not knocked out, he's just getting his ass beaten. They're like, no, we ain't even trying to see this more. They'll stop it early for them, just because it's still risk for them to get headbutted or whatever. We're like, we're not going to hurt this guy. We're going to keep him safe. So we're going to just stop this early. He's going to win anyway. We're not just going to risk this. So that's more of what happens with the prospects.
Okay.
In Mexico, a lot of that happens as well. Like, it's guys that can continue, but it's like they're getting destroyed. So it's just like, we're not going to, let's go ahead and end it here, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because
that's smart.
We're coming out there and we're considered the prospects.
Okay.
US, they're gonna take care of us, even though we're going into their field or whatever. But they're gonna take care of us because we're coming out there. We're paying to fight. We're gonna take care of you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. They want to keeping the guys from the US coming in or whatever other country. You know? So that's just how that plays out. They can't put us at risk. Yeah. So.
Well, it's just bad. It's just bad business. So he comes over there and gets brain damage.
Yep.
Yeah. So this fight you have coming up, when you can pick and choose, did your opponent, did he contact you and say,
no? So
did you seek him out? Like, how does that work?
So me and him are 2 and 3. So he's number 2. I'm number 3 in the Pacific Northwest.
Did you know he's number 3?
I didn't know I was number 3. I found
number
out
1 in my book, bro.
Yeah. So,
I know. Yeah, he told me that the other day. I was like, "Damn,
3. Hell yeah,
that's impressive."
Hell yeah, that's super impressive.
Soon to be number 1.
Yep, we're working on that. Yeah. I think that was the number 1 guy that commented on Carlos's thing.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure, but I think that was him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, we can run that, because he bare knuckle fights and all that stuff. I'm like, man, bare knuckles completely different from boxing.
It is. Yeah,
a lot of those guys come up there, they can really street fight, but once you put those gloves on, it's not as hard.
And it's not as quick.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, so it's not that easy to knock someone out with gloves on. Yeah. So.
Well, I would say if number 1 is trolling number 3, he's intimidated. Like, why else would you be doing that? Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he gonna find out though. So.
Yeah, he's gonna find out quick.
So this fight is to become number 2, essentially.
To become number 2.
Okay.
And we're gonna see where number 1 is after the fight.
Okay.
To see if he's keeping that same energy.
Right. So, yeah. Oh man, what else you got?
I mean, that's all I know is just I'm coming out there to fight, man. Just expect a battle. It's gonna be a tough fight for me.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's supposed to be a tough fight for me. You know what I mean? He's definitely conditioned. That's what they doubt me in. They're like, "Oh, you're muscle bound. You can't go, man." I've been going rounds after rounds, man. I'm definitely prepared for this fight, man, and I'm just,
ready for it.
Yes, sir.
Muscle bound.
Yeah, well, you are muscle bound, but that's he's muscle bound.
When they see muscles, they just like, "Oh,
just slow.
No cardio."
Right? Yeah.
Well, I mean,
just assume that your conditioning is going to suffer from it.
Yep.
But that pound is motherfucker. But so remind us, when is the fight and where is the fight?
Okay.
And is it going to be live streamed?
Oh yeah, but
I want to know about that too.
Yeah, that's all on the 7 Feather website. But the fight's going to be October 12th. Starts at 7:00 at 7 Feathers Casino.
So do you know what where you're at? Is it
didn't tell y'all, co-main event.
Co-main event.
Yeah, we're fighting. We're battling for the main event. One of the guys that I was sparring with, he has main event.
Okay.
So he's one of the other guys that cut weight. He's walking around 190. He goes all the way down to 170.
Damn.
Wow.
Damn. And they're the main event.
Main event.
Okay, so co-main event means you're probably going to be closer to
the end. So I'm fight number 5.
Okay, fight number 5. Fight number 5.
And we can find out about streaming
and all that stuff is all through Seven Feather website.
Okay.
Yeah, they have all the information. Seven Feathers. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm disappointed. I would love to go, but like I shared with you, it's
right.
My daughter's homecoming.
Oh yeah, homecoming. Shit. Cool, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, you want to shout anybody out other than the guy that's gonna go 9-9?
Man, shout out to Empire Boxing. You know what I mean, Coach Adam, and he been putting in that work, man. Traveling, trying to make things happen for us, trying to get some things open up in Vegas. You know what I mean, doing this thing, man. Shout out to Marquise White. You know what I mean, that's one of my biggest sponsors. We got Matt Humphrey, one of the guys that helped me with legal issues, and he decided to come out and sponsor me as well.
Sweet.
You know what I mean? Trying to take care of the community and help people find ways when they're lost. So you know what I mean? So it's a lot of guys that are homeless. He's willing to help them out. A lot of guys are going through legal stuff. He's willing to do that, and all for the free.
Hell,
you know?
Nice.
So nonprofit, you know what I mean? So he's doing his thing.
Good. Nice. You got a lot of support behind you, and
most
we
definitely.
love you. So if we don't show up, we're gonna be watching it for sure, man.
Hell yeah.
All right,
I
brother.
definitely want to figure out. We'll share when we figure it out.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, most definitely.
We'll post up a link. So. All right, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir.
All right.